We're going to talk a little bit about the curriculum now and the ideas and the framework behind that Dr. Jubenville has created for students to experience while they're here at MTSU. Dr. Jubenville, I know a lot in your classes, you talk about the linear value management model. Talk a little bit about that and explain that to the people out there looking at a student who might be interested in seeing exactly what they would learn here and how you incorporate that in the classroom.
Yeah, core values are a critical part of the foundation that we've built here. And so when I first got here in 2000, I wanted to make sure that we had a foundation in place that was built upon a set of core values. And so in establishing those core values, it lays a foundation for a philosophy to be driven, a vision to be set, and a mission to be executed. And so the core values here for us are moldability, credibility, and adaptability. And we have a brand position statement that the program uses. It's based upon a horseshoe. And the reason that I chose a horseshoe is because I believe that a horseshoe is something that can be moldable, it can be adaptable, and it can be credible. And so I want each student to ask themselves as they go through this process, how can I mold myself to become part of this industry, to be an asset to the industry? How can I bring credibility to both what I do and the industry itself? And how am I adaptable to the industry that changes? Because I think one of the biggest challenges we face in sport management is articulating, both as a discipline and a profession, who we are. And and you know this from experience. One of the questions that you always get is, well, what kind of degree is a sport management master's degree? And so I want to arm our students with the ability to articulate to others why they chose to pursue a master's in science and sport management as opposed to an MBA or other degree programs that are offered out there. Ultimately, I think what we offer in this program that's different is those inherent relationships that drive the program through those set of core values to that vision, mission, and the goals and the objectives.
Dr. Jubenville, I know because I did it when I came in as a student, and you talk about it a lot when you're in the classroom, that students will come in and they'll tell you, I want to work in sport.
Yeah.
And that's about as far as they can get. And you really sit people down and you tell them, you say, well, so do a lot of other people, and they'll probably work for a lot cheaper or even for free,
Yeah.
which is the truth. How does your philosophy and your vision and mission that you talked about, how does that help a person find their place, find the skill set that makes them more valuable
Sure.
in the sport industry?
Absolutely. I think that philosophy provides meaning. And so philosophy in the terms of what we do focuses on three very specific questions. What are you passionate about? What can you be the best at? And what drives your economic engine? And we don't stop to take time to ask those kinds of questions. We just simply run it as hard and fast as we can. Let me get that degree and then I'll figure it out. And so this process allows us to stop and say, what can you be the best at? There's a difference in saying I want to be the best at something and then sitting down and saying this is what I can be the best at. So the program is really geared towards making you take ownership in yourself and in the program, become a vested partner, and really take control and say, these are the things that I'm passionate about. This is what I can be the best at. And then, you know, economic engine is something that we all really have to address, and I equate that to quality of life. And I'm a big believer in if you'll define and answer those three questions, money and economic success becomes a byproduct of that.
Now, one thing that you touch on, and you even mentioned to me when I came in as a student, in case you're thinking that yourself, you've just finished up your undergraduate degree. I have a lot of friends who are already going into jobs and everything, so you might feel like you're being a little bit left behind if you're thinking about getting a graduate degree. But do you see, and how much more do you accelerate than those that just stick with the bachelor's, and what kind of benefits and assets can these people see by utilizing your philosophy and taking a little bit more time, like you said, I think become more focused?
Yeah.
How much quicker will they accelerate, and how much more of an advantage will they have over those that are jumping right into a job almost blindly?
Well, there were many nights that I sat there in Hattiesburg as I was a graduate assistant in both my master's program and my doctoral program, making $7,000 a year, saying to myself, what is this really all about? I could be doing so many other things that could benefit me financially, but it's because I knew when I started that ultimately I wanted to work in some sort of leadership role that connected to climate, culture, and change, and that I needed to go through this process of development as a graduate assistant to take those baby steps, to get those experiences that led me to teach the next level of class, to that 200 level class, to that 300 level of class, to move into a different sort of research ethic and grow my research ethic and all the things that you have to do to be successful on the academic side of the industry, and then infuse that into the industry itself on the professional side.